Hello, my dear students. I'm Ravi sir, and today we are going to see about the second topic of English of 8th standard, that is the tsunami. If you concentrate on the word tsunami, the spell suggests that one the letter T is silent there. Just concentrate on the spell Tsunami. Tsunami, that is. This word is Japanese word and which shows or which suggests that the tidal waves. So we know that one in December 26, 2004, the tidal waves or tsunami have been struck to our Indian subcontinent, some part of Andaman and Nicobar Island, as well as Tamil Nadu also been faced the problem caused by the tsunami. So look at that map, you come to know Andaman Island and Nicobar Islands. There is a group of many islands, and that's it is given in that map. So guys, just take a look on it. Many destructive causes are there which can cause damage to the life and property. So tsunami also one of them. Natural disaster also we can consider like earthquake, tsunami, volcanic eruption. Among that, tsunami is what? What happens when it struck to any country? What problem does it create? So let's have a look. A tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquake under the sea. I repeat the sentence. Tsunami caused by earthquake under the sea. So these are the earthquake which happens or which creates under the sea. That's why they are called tidal waves. On 26th December 2004, a tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India such as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, on date 26th December 2004, and the Tamil Nadu coast also, some part of Tamil Nadu coast. Here are some stories of courage and survival. We know that when any natural disasters causes or happens, it damage to the life and property, there is a great damage of it. So that time the people who suffered from that damage need to be courageous, and first thing they have to survive themselves. So how it happens, how people survive themselves, how they rescue from that difficult situation, that stories have been explained in this chapter. So did animals sense that a tsunami was coming? Some stories suggest that they did. So we know that one dogs are considered that they can understand that earthquakes or what, whenever shaking of earth, they could feel that vibrations. So here question is been asked, do animals sense that a tsunami was coming? So that also we have to study in this chapter, and some stories also suggest that they could or they do, as they understand. So if you observe the picture, look at that destructive happened by this tsunami. So let's have look for the first part. These stories are all from Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. Archipelago, that is means what? A group of many islands and the surrounding sea. These stories are all from the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. That is a group of islands. So here this story depends upon Andaman and Nicobar and its other islands. Okay, so Ignatius was the manager of a cooperative society in Kachal. There was a person who worked in a cooperative society as a manager. He was on a post of wine manager. His wife woke up him at 6 a.m. early in the morning because she felt an earthquake. So, somewhat sudden shaking of earth, that is called earthquake. She felt that earthquake, that's why she woke up her husband early in the morning at 6 a.m. Ignatius' wife, we are talking about. Ignatius carefully took his television set off its table and put it down on the ground so that it would not fall and break. See, that is the funniest thing about Ignatius. The people, one could caught themselves or one who find themselves in difficult situation like natural disasters. That time most of the people ran from those places, but Ignatius was some funny character. What did he do? If you read that line, so he take out his television set out from the table and keep it on the ground. The reason is what? That it should not be fall and it should not be break. See, here property is more important than life. Then the family rushed out of the house. So first he took care of his television set, then he rushed out. All the family rushed out of the house. When the tremors stopped, you know tremors, that shaking of earth or shaking of ground. When tremors stopped, they saw the sea rising. The sea level or sea water level is rising in the chaos and confusion. You know chaos, that is chaos word, or it is called chaos. So chaos means complete disorder or confusion. Yes, chaos or chaos. That is a confusion way or confusion kind of mind. Two of his children caught hold of the hands of their mother's father and mother's brother. So there are another two characters are there: Ignatius, his wife, and his two sons. Okay, two children we can say. So two children caught hold. So they hold. Whose hand did they hold? So that is of their mother's father and mother's brother. Ignatius' wife's dad and his brother. See, and rushed in the opposite direction, as we know that when if suppose sea water or sea level is rising, so it's better to run from that direction. In which opposite direction? So same they did. He never saw them again. That was the saddest thing we can tell. Ignatius never saw them again. So might be they had drawn into that waves. His wife was also swept away. No one left. Only the three other children who came with him were saved. Means his family was completely destroyed. Other three children, those who came with him, were saved. Means Ignatius' wife, Ignatius' two children, Ignatius' father-in-law and his brother-in-law. They all were drawn or swept away. Next. Another incident, another family we are going to discuss. Sanjeev was a policeman by profession and Ignatius was a manager in cooperative society. Here Sanjeev's story we have to see. Serving in the Kachal island of the Nicobar group of islands, that is Kachal, one of the island among the group of that Nicobar island, he somehow managed to save himself. Sanjeev somehow managed to save himself, his wife and his baby daughter from the waves. Not only Sanjeev saved himself, he saved his wife and his baby daughter from the waves. So Sanjeev's family somewhat he fortunate, but if you compare that, Ignatius was unfortunate. His luck was not there. But then he heard cries for help from the wife of John. the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, but they were both swept away. That is the saddest thing. What happened, guys? As Sanjeev saved himself along with his wife and baby daughter, but when his guest cook, guest cook, one who come to cook the food, that John, the guest cook, when he cried for help from the wife of John, what happened? Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her. John was crying, save, save. For whom he was demanding the help? For his wife. As Sanjeev heard the voice, Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, John's wife, that is, but they were both swept away. Yes, that is also same. They were means Sanjeev and John's wife. 13-year-old Meghna, third story, was swept away along with her parents and 77 other people. That is more destructive. Meghna's story. She was swept away along with her parents, Meghna and other 77 other people. She spent 2 days floating in the sea. Meghna was floating on the sea, holding onto a wooden door. She was helping. She was helped by a wooden door. That's why she floated on that water. 11 times she saw relief helicopters overhead, but they did not see her. Guys, whenever we are in difficult situation, nobody knows, or they were unable to see that Meghna was floating on the water. Might be they thought that one she was not living or she was dead. That's also it can be happen. So helicopters 11 times, see how unlucky she was. While she needs great help, she was floating in the river or in the sea water. She saw 11 times that helicopter, but they did not rescue her. They did not release her because they didn't see her. She was brought to the shore by a wave. One who is not saved or one who is not helped by anyone, God definitely saved those people. And somehow this Meghna was come to the shore by a wave. Wave helped her, and was found walking on the seashore in a daze. Daze means what? She was feeling giddiness, unconscious mind she is feeling. That is Meghna's story. Now, Almas Javed was 10 years old. She was a student of Carmel Convent in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. Yes. Almas Javed, 10 years old girl. She was a school going girl. She was a student of Carmel Convent School in Port Blair, that is capital of Andaman. Her father had a petrol pump over there. Her mother, Rela's home was in a non-Cowrie island. So that is also another island. Her mother, Rahila's home was in Norkawi Island. The family had gone there to celebrate Christmas. So that family had gone to that group of island, that is Norkawi Island, whose family, that is Alma Javed, who was 10 years old girl, student of Carmel Convent. Her dad had a petrol pump there. Her mother's house, they went. When the tremors, sudden shaking we called, came early in the morning, that is 5 o'clock, we have already discussed. That Ignatius' wife woke up him. The family was sleeping. At that time, they were sleeping. Alma's father saw the sea water recede, move back from the where it was, means moving back now. It is also another sign of destruction. He understood that the water would come rushing back with great force. When it moves back now, the gravitational force affects a lot destruction. He woke everyone up and tried to rush them to a safer place. He woke them. Dad woke everything. He knew that what destruction can be happen. So he woke everyone up and tried to rush them to the safer places. He was well known about it. As they ran, her grandfather was hit on the head by something and he fell down. As they were running, Alma's grandfather hit by something and he fell down. Her father rushed to help him. Then came the first giant wave that swept both of them away. Guys, that is an accident. Alma's father, who wanted to save the grandfather of Alma, but unfortunately, while he went to help him, the destructive waves came and it swallows everyone, that both of them were swept away. Alma's mother and aunt stood clinging to the leaves of a coconut tree. Clinging, hanging. Somehow they took the support of that coconut leaves. A wave uprooted the tree area. What unfortunate accidents were there? Really, the tree where they clinging up was uprooted by the waves and they too were washed away. Who were washed away? Alma's mother and aunt. Alma's saw a log of wood, log of wood, a big branch, a big trunk of a tree. It was floating. She climbed on it. Then she fainted. Fainted means dizziness, unconscious. When she woke up, she was in hospital in Camarota. From there, she was brought to Port Blair. So when she woke, she find herself in the hospital that is at Camarota. The little girl does not want to talk about the incident with anyone. She is still traumatized, greatly shocked. A 10-year-old girl, she saw that her dad was swept away along with her grandfather, mother along with her aunt, everyone she saw, she is the witness of the destruction caused to her. And 10 years old girl who took the help of that log of wood where she floated, she came to the seashore, and somehow when she woke up, she found herself in the hospital, and then that girl was traumatized. Traumatized means she was in a great shock. Guys, hope that first part you understand better. I request you again, stay at home, be safe, take care of yourself. Second part definitely tomorrow I'm going to present before you. We are going to share that part tomorrow. So till then, goodbye. Have a great day.